Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, via YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, inner healing and mantra sound. I had told you the inner healing and initiation is almost the same thing. Why initiation is needed? Because you need transformation in your life, transformation in your understanding, and transformation comes through inner healing. So at the time of initiation, the master can give you a mantra or zikr or something. Mantra initiation or the mantra for inner healing means when you have surrendered, the master will enter you, your body, your mind and spirit. He will move in you to find a suitable sound for you. So whenever you chant, use that sound. You will be a different person in a different dimension. And when this continues, slowly and slowly, the inner healing takes place, or you can say transformation is taking place. However, the mantra cannot be given if you have not surrendered totally, because mantra giving means the master has entered you and felt the deep harmony, the inner music of your being. And then after knowing the inner music, he gives you a symbolic sound which is in harmony with your inner music. Pythagoras has said there are, at the time of birth, many stars and planets move to create a harmony. But later on this harmony is disturbed. If we can restore this harmony once again, the health can be restored. This he calls it cosmic harmony. In the same way, there is a replica of this cosmic harmony within you. So, in order to bring back that harmony, he gives you a symbolic sound. It is symbolic. The moment you chant that sound, you enter the world of your own inner music. The inner harmony is entered. The sound is just the key, and the key cannot be given unless lock is known. Therefore, a master cannot give you a key unless he knows the lock, because a key is meaningful only when it can unlock. The key will not do, and everyone is a particular lock. You need a particular key. That is why mantras are to be kept secret when it is given to you. If you give your mantra to someone else. He may experiment with it, but the key will not be able to unlock the dormant energies in an individual. The mantra is given to unlock the dormant energies within you. And when the dormant energy begins to function, the process of inner healing takes place. Not only the process of inner healing, but with that transformation happens. And this is the very purpose of initiation. The very purpose of initiation is transformation or inner healing, so that you are reborn. You die as you are, and you are reborn once again. And sometimes when you force a wrong key into a lock, you can destroy the lock and its capacity. You can disturb the lock. You can so much disturb it that even when the right key is found, it may not work. The inner mechanism of lock is disturbed. Sometimes when we find the lock is not opening, we try to do all sort of tricks to open it, and that becomes a difficult for the locksmith to unlock the lock and find the suitable key. So master is the locksmith that works and discovers, finds the right key for the lock. That is why mantras are to be kept absolutely secret. They are not told to anyone, and that is a promise you make to the master. The master gives you a key. It is only for you. You cannot go on sharing it with others or distributing it. For many, that would be harmful. This you will be allowed to give key only when your lock is totally opened. So only an awakened one who has inner healing, who is transformed, means that his lock is unlocked. Then he can give you a key. You will be allowed to give keys only when your lock is totally opened, and then you will not give this key to anyone. Then you will have become capable of entering into the other. Then you will be able to feel the lock and devise the suitable key for that person. The key is always devised by the master, or one who is transformed, who is awakened, who has become the master of his own. If there is a heap of keys, one who does not know may think all keys are same. Have you seen a locksmith? He has many key molds. He uses a lock. He uses a particular key to make the suitable key for the lock that you have brought. These are based, if you have been to a locksmith, how he takes a new key mold from the bunch that he has and shapes it to make it suitable for your lock. So what he does, he looks into the lock and sees which key can be made to work into your lock. He files it, cuts it at different places, remodels it to suit to your lock. There is a heap of keys that he has, but one does not know may think all the keys are same. There may be only one small difference, and that difference is very minute. And even the same word can be used differently. For example, Om, the existential sound, has three sounds combined together: the sound of A, U, and M. If emphasis is given on U, the middle sound, one key is created. If emphasis is given on the first letter A, it is a different key. If the emphasis is given on the last syllable M, it is still a different key. It will open different locks. So by making a slight variation, he makes the key suitable for you. That is why there is so much emphasis on the exact use of the mantra as it is given by the master. So the master gives the mantra in your ears, it exactly as it should be used. He chants it in your ears, and you have to become so alert that your whole consciousness comes to the ears. He chants it, and that it enters into you. You have to remember it now, and the exact use of it, exact modulation of this sound. That is why individuals must keep their mantras secret. They should not make it public. That is dangerous. And if you are initiated, you know it. If the master has given you a key, you know it. You treasure it like anything. You cannot go on disturbing it. It can be harmful for others, and it can be harmful for you also for many reasons. Firstly, you are breaking a promise, and the moment the promise is broken, your contact with the master is broken. So the mantra is like the Wi-Fi that connects you to internet. When you come to a place, you use the Wi-Fi password, and with that password you can access the internet facility at that location. So what you have on your iPhone, you have different Wi-Fi passwords. So when you are within a certain range, that connection, Wi-Fi connection, is established, and you can start using the internet Wi-Fi facility. In the same way, a mantra is the password for the Wi-Fi connection between. What is Wi-Fi connection? Wireless frequency. There is nothing visible. Between you and the Master there is nothing visible, but there is a subtle connection. So this is the Wi-Fi between you and the Master, and the mantra is password for you to connect to that Wi-Fi, to that energy field. What is the Wi-Fi? Is wireless frequency. Energy moves in frequency. And so how can you connect to that particular frequency? Only through the password. So when you use the mantra which acts as the password to connect to the particular Wi-Fi, you do not give your Wi-Fi password to each and everyone. It can be, once it is given to someone, it can be misused, it can be hacked. So you give it to only the people who are very well known to you. And they can use that password only, that Wi-Fi only when they are within a certain range. So when you are initiated, the Master gives you, he brings you within the range of the Wi-Fi. And with that, there is a constant contact. So when you give that password to someone else, you have broken the promise, and with that the contact is immediately broken. You will not be able to contact again. It is like you have lost the password. If the promise is kept, there is a constant contact. Secondly, if you give that mantra password to anyone and or talk about it, it comes to the surface of the mind. Comes to the surface of the mind. And energy functions at the surface below the mind. The deeper roots are broken in that, it becomes a gossip. Thirdly, if you can keep anything secret, the more you keep it secret, deeper it goes into you. It is bound to go deeper. And the initiation or the inner healing, the deeper you go into the layers of your consciousness, the transformation happens. It is said of Marpa that when he was given the secret mantra by the Master, the promise was there that mantra should be kept absolutely secret. You are not going to talk about it, he was told. Then Marpa's master appeared him in dream and said, "What is your mantra?" Even in the dream, the Marpa kept his promise. He refused to tell it. And it is said that because of the fear that somebody in a dream, the Master may come and send someone, and he may be so asleep that he would break the promise, and once the promise is broken, he stopped sleeping altogether. He would not sleep. So Marpa, once the Master appeared in the dream and asked, "What is your mantra?" Even in the dream, Marpa kept his promise. He refused to tell it. And he said that because of the fear that someone in a dream, the Master may come or send someone, or he may be so asleep that he would break the secret and the promise, is broken, he stopped sleeping altogether. He would not sleep. He had been sleeping for 7 or 8 days, and his master asked Marpa, "Why are you not sleeping? I see you do not sleep at all. So what is the matter?" Marpa said, "You are playing tricks on me. You came in a dream and you were asking the mantra. I cannot tell even you. Once the promise is there, it will not come out of my mouth even in a dream. But then I became fearful. In sleep, who knows? Someday I may forget it. If you are so aware of keeping the promise that even in a dream you remember it, then it is going deep in you. That is why it is said Buddha never slept. His body sleeps, body rests, but he is totally awake even in the dream. In that state he remains awake. So this is the situation that it may happen. If you are aware of keeping means you are awake even in your sleep. You are aware of keeping your promise that even in dream you remember it, then it is going deeper. The purpose of this sound is, this key is to allow it to go deeper into you. Deeper it goes into you, the faster is the transformation. Then it goes deeper. It is going deep. It is entering the inner realms, and the deeper it moves, the more it will be a key to you, because the lock is at the deepest layer. The lock is not on the surface. Surface lock means the problem that needs to be transformed is not on the surface layers, it is at the deepest core. So you have to allow the key to go deeper. You have seen the locksmith, how he makes a particular key for you. He pushes the key and then tries to listen to the sound. As he turns the key, he finds that it is not moving the levers inside the lock. So when it does, it creates a friction on the key. The turn of the key inside the lock makes an impression on the key, and he files at that place. Then he puts it inside the lock once again, turns it. It turns a little bit. Then he again works on it. He listens to the sound and he starts working on it until it is ready. So the deeper it goes, it becomes easier. The lock is at the deepest layer. Try with anything. You can keep it a secret. It will move deeper in you. If you cannot keep a secret, it will move out. Sometimes the people take the hair clip or something else and try to open the lock. But it is a chance. Sometimes it can open, sometimes it cannot. I had carried a cash pan lock to get the keys made for it. I observed locksmith and I had requested him, I want to see him how he creates the key. He said, what is the point? I said, you will not understand it. I am trying to understand a particular mechanism, how the key for inner transformation can be made for a particular lock. Each individual is a lock, and he needs a specially designed key, and it is not a metal key. It is a very subtle key in the form of a sound, mantra sound, that he shapes to suit your lock, and you have to allow it to go deeper. Sometimes a lock, the locksmith will tell you, you have to push the key deeper into and press it and then turn it. That is a particular way. You press it on top to go a little deeper, and then you turn and the lock will unlock. So this is when you are using a mantra like Om. There are 3 syllables. So which syllable has to be given emphasis, or that has to be highlighted in the sound? And with that, the key becomes suitable and it goes deeper into you. Why do you want to say something to someone? Why do you chatter? Really, anything that you chatter about yourself, you are relieved out of it. Once you tell it, you are relieved out of it. It has moved out of it. This is what catharsis is. The whole psychoanalysis is nothing but this process of moving the things out of you. The psychoanalyst listens and the patient goes on talking. It helps the patient because the more he talks about his problems, inner conflicts and the associated ideas, the more he is relieved of them. The reverse happens when you can keep a secret. At no moment you are allowed to talk about it. It will enter deep, and one day it will hit the exact lock. Once the lock is open, the process of inner healing begins and you are transformed. The process of initiation is complete. This is the first initiation. Then, when the lock is open and the process of inner healing is complete, then you move into a different gear. You have changed the gear. That is known as the second initiation. Then Master transfers you that which needs to be transferred. This is what happened with Mahakashyap. He was a learned philosopher. He came to Buddha. Buddha was sitting on the bank of the river. He asked him many questions. Buddha said, before I answer your questions, he said that if you want to cross this river, what are the ways and means? Mahakashyap said, if you know swimming, you can swim through the river. If the river is shallow, then you can walk through the river. And if it is deep, you can take a boat to cross over to the river. But first of all, you have to know the depth of the water in the river. So Buddha asked, if one does not want to do any of these things and he wants to stay at the bank and do his rituals, will he be able to reach to the other side? That is what religion teaches you. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, all are ritual oriented religions. The way religion that you know, the moment you know the religiosity, you move from rituals to the layers of energy. And Mahakashyap fell at the feet of Buddha. This was the first initiation. He remained within the company of Buddha for a long period of time. Then one day on Avantapindika, where Buddha used to give his sermon, Buddha came with a flower in his hand. He remained standing with the flower, and then he looked at everyone based on their inner state. Everyone had some thought or the other, but Mahakashyap was empty. Buddha handed over the flower to him and he said, I have spoken all that could be spoken, I have spoken, but truth cannot be spoken, and I have transferred this to Mahakashyap with this flower. This is the second initiation. First initiation is given, then the master waits for the process of inner healing to happen, and when the process of inner healing is complete, then he gives him the Khilafat. That is what the Sufi terminology is. He bestows the authority of the masterhood. That particular person becomes the Khalifa of that particular master. Only this much for this morning. We'll take the next question in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.